How's it going, guys? Yeah, I've got so much to do, as you can see behind me. We're in a bit of a mess. I've had so much going on. Moved house, been on holiday, and yeah, the allotments had to take a back seat. We've got a full day though today, so we're gonna have a good tidy up today. I've got stuff in the greenhouse that's screaming to be potted on and all the rest of it, but out here needs sorting out. So you know, these beds down here, they're not too bad. You know, there's radish, perpetual spinach, carrots. Well, it needs weeding about, but it's not too bad. Leeks want weeding around, strawberries ain't too bad. All this, there's nothing in these. This is where the squash tunnel's going to go eventually. They just want weeding through, they're not too bad. Comfrey, yep, it's ready to cut down, but it's absolutely teeming with bees. So I'm going to cut the front half of it down, leave the back half of it. Garlic just needs weeding about. As you can see, the paths, I need all this mare's tails coming through the paths. Got to sort that out. These beds are the worst, but these didn't get done beforehand, and that is just weeds. So that there, and then the brassica cage as well wants sorting out. Potato patch. Potatoes are doing all right. If we get time, we'll get in and pull the worst of the bits out of there. But it's potatoes, that should be all right. And then the pond area, we've got some long grasses and more mare's tail coming. The mare's tail's ridiculous this year, to be quite honest with you. Oh, so yeah, I'm just going to get cracked on. How much I'm going to film, I don't know, because I'm only tidying up. It's not great interesting. I've brought barrel home from work. We're going to set up a bit of an incinerator in that and just get burning through this mare's tail. There's so much of it here to get rid of. So hopefully get them top beds clear, get this clear. The lawnmower's at home, so I can't do the lawn in front of the shed, but it's not too bad. I can come up some point over the weekend just to mow the lawn there. Yeah, so much to do. So this might just be a bit of a before and after video, but let's see how we go. See you in a bit. So that's them beds done. Just got around the onions, garlic, the bed's at the top, and the brassica cage. So guys, I've been at it about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't know, I'm not looked at the time. But yeah, I've got the bottom lot of beds done. I thought I'd start down this end because there's stuff in down here, so it's working around stuff, so it's going to take longer. Albeit the onions and the garlic, where that is, yeah, that's going to take me a bit longer because I've got to get in around them. But the garlic's not as bad. The white onions, see it behind me there, that's going to take me a while to get through there. But then 1, 2, that row of beds, and everything in the basket house, it's just ripped a lot of it out, so it's not going to take too long. That I'm not messing about having to feel through. This row along the fence, there's red onions in there. For some reason, I can't grow red onions. They are terrible. Looking here, a few of them have started to, put the, what do you call it? Put the flower up on top of them. And looking at what's at the bottom, there's absolutely nothing there. So for some reason, well, I've only done them from sets. I've only ever done them from sets, so I might try them from seed next year, I don't know. For some reasons, red onions do terrible. White onions, absolutely fine. But red onions, I can't grow them. I don't know what it is. They don't go. So I'm just gonna have a brew. Just put the kettle on, and yeah, I'm gonna crack on with the rest of them. Catch you in a bit. And now guys, this little barrel, it's been working a treat. So I just lay it on its side and just bang some holes in the bottom of it. I just use my wood chopping axe. That's it. I just kept rolling it round. Rolling it round, and then just with that, bang some holes in. Just try to make sure I hit it with the very corner of the axe so it pierced the metal. A couple of swings on it, a few holes in bottom. and it's pulling enough air through. So far, I didn't think it'd work at first. I didn't think it'd work at first. Well, I didn't know how well it'd burn the green stuff at first. Because like I said, there's mare's tail going in. There's, out of that bed there's a bit of bindweed going in, so I don't want that going in the compost. So we'll burn it off. I didn't know how good it'd burn the green stuff, but I've got it going now. So them yellow buckets, I've filled 4 of them so far, and they've all gone in there, and it's just churning away through them. The trick is, I've found with it, is get a little fire going at the bottom with a bit of firewood, and then just keep adding the green stuff on top of it, and it's burning through it, no problem. Just keep trickling it in bit by bit, and then I've had to restart the fire once in a while. It was almost going out, so I chopped up a bit more firewood and went through it. I've got loads of firewood in the shed, so I'm not chopping decent wood up to keep it going. It is actually firewood that we're using. Whereas, I'll show you, got this box full here of these sort of bits, loads of it. Now that's off where I get the bigger pieces in work, well, where I get the bigger pieces from work that we get as packaging material for parts of trucks and whatnot. So I get the long pieces like that, and then they have them little blocks as legs, so you can get forks underneath them. So yeah, keep the long bits for that, and then we keep the blocks for firewood. So we didn't come up a lot this winter, so I've got a bit of a stash in there. So yeah, they've come in a godsend for that. Just chop a few up, chuck them in bottom, let it flame up, and keep adding the green material, and it's getting done. So yeah, trying not to get any soil in it though. Give everything a good shake off before it goes in yellow bucket. And then as I'm adding it in, it's sort of like the last handful out of the yellow bucket. There's quite a lot of soil in the bottom, so that gets poured into. I've got a wheelie bin over here. It's a green waste bin, but it's a Wigan bin, not a Warrington bin. So I don't know. Someone at work gave it me, and I was unsure what to do with it. Whether to use it as a water boat, make up, do just sort of, fuck it, we'll have it for summer. And what I'd started to do, you can see in there now the soil that's on the top of it. Before I had this barrel, I was chucking all the mare's tail in it, and I was going to leave it 12 month, 18 month, 2 year, whatever, and see what it rotted down to. So at the end of the day, it's dry, it's dark, it will rot down in there, but it's only like perennial weeds. If I've not got the burner going, just chuck them straight in there. But no, so like I said, I'm going to have a brew, I'm going to sit down for a minute, and then I'm going to crack on with some more weeding. So yeah, catch you in. No, so that's been an absolute, I'd have been lost without it, to be fair. I must have filled it 3 or 4 times and burnt through it, mainly with mare's tail. But how I've been doing it, I've got you see the 2 yellow buckets, they're both full. And as I sort of filled the bin, burnt through it, started filling one of the yellow buckets, come to it, and the bin was all burnt, it was all through, so I'd empty that bucket into it, carry on doing that. But then I've sort of caught up with how fast it can go as I've got the more volume of material, say, from the really tall mare's tail beds. I can't burn through it as quick, but as you can see behind me, the bulk of it's done. Still got to do inside the brassica house, but looking at it from here, it's a bit of everything. There's a bit of mare's tail, a bit of grass, a few odd bits, but if we get in there and get that done, then yeah, that's that. So that's all the top end beds and the brassica house beds done. So yeah, that's all them beds done. In here, these are raspberry runners from next door. I'm going to wait a little while longer, then we'll pull them out and we'll stick them in with our other raspberries over there. 3 plants in it. Yeah, don't know what variety they are, don't know what fruit they are. Hopefully they're different to what we've got over there and we can swap them about. But no, we've left that in there as well. See that? That's an oak tree seedling. There's a squirrel burying acorns around here. Every now and then you see one. I've got one in the greenhouse potted up. We'll pot that one up as well. Don't know what to do with them. Might keep them as bonsais. Might find somewhere sort of natural where they can be planted. Obviously not on the plot. We'll see, I don't know. Someone might want one, I don't know. But they're there, we'll give it the best chance it's got. But no, like I said, the barrel's still going. That's been an absolute godsend. I've just sort of caught up with, I'm filling it as quick as I can, you know, I'm filling it too quick now. I've sort of caught, there was that much mare's tail in these beds, but the bottom beds, you know, as I had a bucket full, it was ready for a bucket dumping on it. But then as I've got here, there's been that much more of it that, you know, I've just ended up with a queue of buckets. But it's getting through it slowly now. But no, it's done its job. It's been a godsend. I'd have had a big pile somewhere, or had to fill bags up with it and take them to the tip or whatnot. So no, it's been a godsend. But yeah. Right, I'm gonna go. I've not even looked at the greenhouse yet. I'm gonna go have a look in there. I might see what we've got to plant out, make some room in there, and then hopefully I can get another couple of hours one evening this weekend, hopefully, and get the greenhouse sorted out, because the tomatoes are dying to be potted. Well, I'm just going to plant them out. I'm not going to bother potting them up. I'm just going to plant them straight in where they're going. So yeah, see you in a bit. So after all that weeding, just going through the greenhouse, what can be put out now. So beans, I've got the Blue Lake French climbing beans, well ready to go out. Started putting them in there. All I've done, just make a little trench at the back, run some of this twine across. Yeah, I usually use the jute one, the natural one, and it all gets chucked in the compost later. But I've got a order load. I thought I had some, I've not. I found some of this at the back of the shed, so I've just done the bottom few like this. I'm going to get a big roll of the natural twine ordered, and I'll do the top half with the natural stuff, so it can just all be chopped down and chucked in the compost later. All I do is get a little plant out the tray, and through these strings, this one is just about tall enough. Put it through once, through twice, and just sit it in the trench. And just sit it in the trench, do the whole line, and then backfill the soil into it. So I'm going to get on with that, and then I've got the peas to do the other side that I'm going to do the exact same way. And yeah, I'll show you once I'm done. Right, so I've got the beans and the peas in behind there. Sweet corn can go in. It's big enough. I'm going to take a chance now, put it out. Chance of frost's well past. Might get a bit of a shock. I'm not hardening it off at all. I'm just straight out the greenhouse in the ground outside. Already done that bed. I think there's 15 there. Got to do this bed. Now I put them in quite close. Just do a couple of drills, wide enough to get the hole down the middle of each of them. Line them in and fill them in. So yeah, I go quite close. If you think of the likes of you know, when you see the amazing mazes and shit like that, the corn's on top of each other in it, and it grows to well over 8 foot tall. So I think it's one of them sweet corn. I don't really pay too much attention to how close it goes. Putting it in, and then about a bit bigger than one of my fists, space in between the next one, and just carry on going like that. So yeah, I'll get this bed in, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So that's all the corn gone in, ready to go. There's 6 in a row in this bed, 7 in a row in that bed. I'd gone for 5 rows of 5, yeah, I'd gone 5 rows of 5, and I had 9 left, so we just closed them up a little bit. Like I said before, I'm not too worried about sweet corn being too close together. So yeah, that's them. Oh guys, so I've got so much done today then. Everything you can see behind me, bar the fruit border, other side of the basket cage, but it's not too bad that. Everything's been weeded, a whole lot of weeding done. I find weeding one of them jobs where you don't really don't look forward to doing it. I certainly don't enjoy doing it, but you get quite into it when you're doing it, especially when you've got so much to do at once. You just get into a rhythm of doing it, so get through it. So no, at least now all these beds are a lot more manageable. I can just, you know, every couple of mornings before work, just run a hoe down it all. So I'll keep on top of it then. Like I say, need to bring the lawnmower. Grass wants cutting. Lawnmower, cut that grass, cut the grass on the paths. I think I'll trim all this out where the tulips were and whatnot along the edge. They're all done now. Mow it in. This corner behind me, we need to have a go at that. There's a lot of that. It's that Himalayan balsam, is it? That's growing at the back of there. Spreads like mad. Spreads like mad. There was only a little bit of it 2 years ago, and now there's absolutely loads of it. So I think the trick is with it, it's like any weed, innit? Get it before it goes to seed. But if I get what I can on my side of the fence, and then I can't really do anything about what's on the other side of the fence, can I? So, but keep tackling my side up to try and get it back. I don't know what we might do. We'll get on with it some way. But yeah. So no, what else have we got? Potatoes. They look healthy. Some are flowering. There's bits of mare's tail shooting up in between it. I can live with that, to be quite honest with you. Partly one of the reasons why I want to look at growing in buckets for next year, the amount of mare's tail that's down that end. Might figure something out to work it with that. So anyway, I'm rambling now. I've had a long day here today. I'm absolutely knackered. I'm filthy. I'm gonna go home, get a wash. Yeah, just packing everything away. Still got, let's say, we've planted a bit out. We've still got tomatoes, chilies, peppers, and then all the squash and pumpkins to be planted out in there. So all the squash and pumpkins are coming out here. I just need to get another arch. And then I want to put some more. We'll do a bed of outside tomatoes because we're going to have enough of them. I need to sort the brassicas out. Ideally, the brassicas want potting on before they get planted out. I've put a few in that Rich gave me. One's definitely a cabbage. I think it's greyhound. One's definitely purple sprouting broccoli. And what the other three things are, I haven't got a clue. But I've put them in at the back of the brassica cage. And yeah, we'll find out what they grow into, won't we? Yeah, hopefully, like I said, I can get a couple more hours in over at weekend and have a crack at doing getting the greenhouse going right. But with Brokit's back out here, it's looking good again out here. It looks like a used plot. So yeah, just gonna let the burning barrel sort of smoulder away, dub it down a bit, and then pack up, and I'm gonna get off home. So yeah, cheers guys. If you've got this far, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and all the rest of it. But no, yeah, I'll see you in the next one if you hang about. See you later. Bye.